There's Friday, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hello, Columbia Heights, Plymouth, St. Louis Park, Eden Prairie, and Eagan. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good people. Good people. They got here before Snowmageddon. Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. Have a seat. Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hearty welcome to my dear friend, Miss Kendall, right over there. Hi, Kendall.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you look lovely in Dar's favorite suit today.
Thank you. So, I've always thought that it was a privilege to have a show like this, and I feel the same way about the radio show because I get to talk to you about a variety of things. You've watched me for 22 years on television, some of you. You've been with me when I got married. You've been with me when the show went national. You've been with me when I first got my dogs. And you've been with me ups and downs. And this show has been a great kind of therapy session because I feel like you're not just people watching TV. When you have a show like this, there's a deeper connection. I feel like I can tell you guys, and I do. I always joke, I tell you guys everything, and I do. And this is one of those days that I have to share some news with you, and that is around 8 o'clock last night, my stepfather passed away. Cappy, my mom's husband of 20 years, and after a long battle with cancer, and if you've been with me, you know that I didn't have the best relationship with my biological dad. So when Cappy met my mom, he became my dad. I feel even weird saying stepdad. As I've talked to people today, it just feels, I don't like the term. It sounds cheesy. He was like an extra dad. He was my dad. He was a good man, and he was such a good man. And he took care of my mom because I'm an only child, and they met when my mom was going through a really horrible divorce with my dad in 96. And my mom was getting ready to lose her house, our house. I had moved here, and my mom was working 3 jobs just to kind of stay afloat. And one of the jobs was at the new casino that had opened up in my town, my hometown of Michigan City, Indiana. It was a riverboat. It was the first of its kind in my town. And again, it was one of my mom's many jobs. And she worked kind of in the information center. So she was a person that would greet you when you came in. And Cappy was one of the captains of that boat. And he walked up one day, and my mom was talking to her coworkers. And captains' schedules are such where they work 4 weeks on and 4 weeks off. So it's really not conducive for them to get an apartment at any of these jobs because they're not there a lot. So Cappy walks up to my mom and her friends and said, "Hey, does anybody know where I could rent a room?" And my mom joked, "Well, my son just moved to Minnesota. You can rent his room." And what turned out to be, started as a joke, turned into reality. Cappy moved in. And about 6 months later, my mom calls me. And again, I had just moved here, and I was worried about my mom because she was alone. And she called. She goes, "I need you to fly home because we got to talk." And I thought, oh, God, I can't handle any more bad news. So I flew home, and she goes, "Stop being dramatic. It's not bad. I just need to tell you something." My mom knows me really well. And so we sat at Albano's Pizza Place, and she looked at me and she said, "I'm in love." And I said, "What? Like, what?" With who? And she said, "Cappy." and you could have knocked me over. And ever since then, it's been an unbelievable love story. He loved my mom so much, and my mom loved him to the moon and back. And he was a Southern gentleman, a big Southern gentleman, and prideful. He was in the Navy. Again, he was a boat captain. He could have sailed. He had a license where he could sail any vessel in the world. And he always called my mom. He always called my mom his bride. He goes, you know, I'm sitting here with my bride. And some of you may remember, Cappy called into our show a couple times, and he had a great Southern drawl, and he just told great stories. Well, when he was diagnosed with cancer, it was already stage 4, which is a story that's sadly not rare. A lot of you watching can probably relate to this. We found out way too late, and I kind of knew then, and I think my mom in her heart kind of knew, and that was in October. And you can do the math. This was a very quick turn of events. And we found out it started with just a little mole, and it spread from there. And I tell you that because I have people in my life that are like, oh, I'm not going to get this checked. I'm not going to get this checked. Get it checked. And then the cancer had spread all over. I'm thankful to God that it was kind of quick. If there was any silver lining, you know, it didn't go on and on and on. But my mom said last night that she texted me. I was at dinner, and she goes, I kind of have a feeling that God's going to take my Cappy tonight. And I said, why? You know? And he kind of knew, and she knew, and he started to be in pain. So she kept whispering to him yesterday that you can go. You can go. It's all right to go. And about 7 o'clock, she got into his bed because it was hospice. She got into his bed. She said she kissed him. She counted. She kissed him about 52 times. And of the 53rd kiss, he puckered up one more time and passed away. So here we are, and I'm going to be gone next week. I'm telling you guys this for all the reasons I said a few minutes ago, and I'm also telling you because I didn't want to leave this to Kendall, who is going to be subbing next week, to have to tell you guys this. And also, I wanted to tell you because I apologize that I won't be here. All of you that have tickets, I'll make it up to you. Come back whenever. Come to support Kendall. But as the only child, I feel like, you know, Cappy saved my mom 20 years ago, and now it's my turn to save her. So I appreciate in advance your patience over the next week or so. And I know a lot of you follow my mom on Facebook. She's been on the show. People have been asking why she hasn't been on the show, and that's why. She won't be on the computer for a while, but if you get a moment, if you can post a little message to her, when she is ready to read it, I know it'll mean a lot to her, because right now, as you can imagine, she's hundreds of miles away from me, and she feels very alone. So I'm trying to do everything I can to make her not feel so alone. So I'm leaving shortly. I'm going to finish off the show, obviously. We will take a turn. I will, I'll crack a joke or something in a minute, and I'll have Aaron dance or something, and we will continue with the show. But in the meantime, I just want to say thanks to you for all the love that you've shown me over the years, and I'm really going to need it in the next week or so, and so will my mother. And to Cappy, thanks for being a great dad, and I love you very much. We'll be right back, everybody.
Meanwhile, singer Billie Eilish has confirmed that she will be performing the theme song from the upcoming James Bond film. Now, if you're not familiar with Billie Eilish, I know you're watching my show, CBS. So, here's a clip from her hit video, Bad Guy.
White shirt, now with my bloody nose sleeping. Yeah, shadows creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
Now, if Billie Eilish's whole vibe seems like a weird fit for Bond, we have a sneak preview that should reassure you.
James Bond, you are a super spy movie. It's called No Time to Die. Get drunk, have sex, and shoot a gun. Be James Bond sounds fun. He's a Bond guy. Duh.
I would buy that. I'd buy that right now. April 2020. Coming to a theater near you. Yeah. Well, there we go. If there's something that can make me smile, it's that. Yeah. Welcome back to the show, everybody. The audience and I are passing around bottles of Chardonnay. Yeah.
The good stuff, too.
Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah. Coming up next, more wine. No. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. So, hey, if you're in need of another streaming subscription,
No.
says no one ever. Thank you, Aaron. NBC has released more information about their upcoming streaming service, horribly called Peacock. I get why they're doing it, the NBC Peacock, but let me just say, I always say when people name things like a restaurant or what, I always do fake conversations. You know, like a restaurant name, Redstone. You know, it's a real restaurant. Hey, let's go to Redstone. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. Hey, Kendall, let's go watch Peacock. It doesn't sound good, you know?
Yeah, no.
Let's go download something on Peacock. No, I don't know.
It just sounds dirty for some
sound.
reason.
And the biggest news is sure to shake up the late night wars. Now, this actually is interesting. Peacock will stream The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon at 7 p.m. Central, our time, a full 3.5 hours before it actually airs on NBC. Late Night with Seth Meyers will follow at 8. Local stations are likely not to be thrilled about this news because they pay huge money for the right to air NBC's content, and this could steal eyeballs. Peacock will have 2 tiers, just in case you're wondering, one with commercials for $4.95 a month and one without ads for about $10 a month. And if you're wondering, Peacock will launch in April. Look, I know the local stations, I've gone back and forth on this. I'm old school. I think, I like watching TV or even on the internet. But I get it. I get why they're doing this because the majority of the people that are consuming late night bits, they're watching it on YouTube the next day anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, it's either get with the program or not. And it's, I don't know. I was trying to think of an analogy.
Or don't.
I'm barely here. I'm trying, yeah. But
Just say Peacock a few more times.
Peacock, that's all I need. But I get it. But if I'm the station managers this morning, I would be really angry. And by the way, they're not going to be streaming live. They tape them in New York around 5:30. So they're going to, it's not live. They're going to, some poor producer is going to have to quickly edit it down and then get it to us by 7.
Do you want to know? Okay, I'm in this business, so this sounds even more ridiculous.
No.
But when I was like 25, 26, someone was like, well,
so
yeah,
many
they
years
tape
ago.
them.
So 3 years ago, yeah.
Someone was like, you can go be on the show. What? I'm serious.
No, you set it up like this was decades ago. Yeah. Like, remember way back in 2017?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I found out, I had no idea that they pre-tape these shows.
Oh, you thought they were live at 10:30?
I mean,
That's not
I
a
don't
silly
know.
thing, sweetie.
And I work in the industry, and I just because we're live, I just assumed that. And then when someone said that, they were like going to a taping of some show, and they're like, you have to be there at 4. I was like,
Yep.
You have to be there at 4?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 5:30 is usually. Yeah. Next in the dish, one of the most popular shows on Netflix is in need of a new co-host. This broke. I didn't need any more bad news. And now and now this. Sandy from the Great British Baking Show has stepped down from her role as co-host. She's been a fixture, yeah, get rid of Noel. Anyway, she's been a fixture She's been a fixture on the show for 3 years, and it is the highest-rated show on the British network called Channel 4. She says she wants to spend time on other projects. Yeah, sure. Something else is going on. There's something not right in that souffle, because that's what you always say when there's something. See, I still have it a little bit today. I have, yeah. But that's what you say when there's other things. That's what HR makes you say when there's other things. Like my favorite line, we're going to let you succeed someplace else.
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite HR line.
Oh, what was it in Knocked Up where they're like not trying to tell her to lose weight? They're like, we're not telling you to lose weight. We're just saying get tighter. Just
Get tighter. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just the different words are like, if you would like this fat check, you will say what we tell you to say.
If they're smart, if these people are smart, bring back Mel and Sue, the original hosts. I mean, that's what I would do. They were fantastic.
Love them.
Loved Mel. You don't watch this. I appreciate you humoring me. You don't watch the Great British Bake Off. But all of us that do, we are very sad today. Well, speaking of baking, next in the dish, Martha Stewart was on the Andy Cohen show last night, and she threw. I love when Martha gets. I love it. Martha threw some serious shade at Chip and Joanna Gaines. Look at this.
Hi, what was it like meeting Chip and Joanna Gaines at the Time Gala this year? And is it true that you didn't know who they were?
No, it is not true. And Chip made a big story about it. I knew exactly who they are.
You did?
Of course.
Yeah.
And I admire them. I admire what they've done. And I was kind of taken aback that he made up that story.
Right, because you knew them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're published by the same publisher as my magazine.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Martha knows what's going on, people.
Martha knows everything.
Yeah.
Come on. I was very surprised that Chip went on and on about it. I love Martha. I love her. Your mic is messed up. Is it dead? Something's up. Oh, we can't hear Kendall. Okay, we'll fix. Oh, there you go. It's fixed.
I'll just hold it like this for the rest of the show.
Let's just hold it like that. That's fantastic.
I'll just be here. My sassy comment was that the best part of that whole thing was the supermodel sitting next to Martha. As soon as she started talking, just grabbed her drink.
Yeah.
And just started like, woo!
You don't know what Martha's gonna say. I mean,
No.
Martha don't care. I mean, Martha's at a point where she gives zero blanks. You know, if she really does, and that's where we should all be. I mean, yeah. See, so here's what Chip originally said to Page Six. He and Joanna were being honored, as you heard at the Time 100 Gala, and they were excited to meet Martha. But when they were introduced to her, she had no clue who they were. According to Chip, at the time, she said she just didn't recognize them.
Oh.
Okay, well, I mean...
But didn't she go to jail for fraud? So, like, who are you going to believe? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
Ow! Oh! I'm sorry, audience. Some venom just shot in my eye from Kendall. Oh.
I love Chip and Jo, and I'm just, those are my feelings.
Wow, you just whipped out Martha's jail time.
Oh, well, somebody was going to say something, and it was going to be me.
Well, there we go. Well, let's move on before Martha hears about this. That's right. I don't need her mad at me. Okay, our first guest is it? What? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Martha Stewart is on the show today. And she is gonna beat your blank. Wouldn't that be great if Martha just walked out and just,
Oh, Jason, I would shrink into a puddle like the Wicked Witch and die.
It's all right. Our first guest is an actor and talk show host, and he stars in and is the executive producer of the comedy series Carter, in which he plays a former TV detective who takes a break from Hollywood, returns to his hometown, only to learn his background as a fake investigator comes in mighty handy. Look.
If you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the Cape, I'm the love that you look for. Hey! Pretty sure I'm supposed to be part of that walk and talk.
You like my new whip?
Harley, you don't even like to drive.
It's besides the point. It's an extension of my personality. Every TV detective needs a signature ride.
And so do pimps. You're late. Trouble sleeping?
I slept like a baby. Baby who has weird dreams. What am I late for? It can't be as important as my news. You know that my license just came through, and boom, already booked my first case as a PI, a missing persons case.
Missing persons? You sure you can handle that on your own?
I'm up in my skill set. You're gonna see a whole new bag of tricks. Oh, plus,
wow.
Come on. You saying this space does not instill confidence?
I think it makes you look like a constipated Justin Theroux.
Yes.
Or that. That's a clip from Carter. Season 2 returns to WGN America on Monday night. Minnesota, give it up for Jerry O'Connell, everybody.
Yes.
Hi, Jerry. Jerry.
Hey, guys, I got to say, still not over the Vikings lost last weekend. I'm so sorry about all that.
Jerry, you had to say Vikings. You had to. These people are in a good mood, and now you reminded them of their sorrow.
Well, listen, I mean, you know, emotions are things that we all have to go through together as a
You're
group.
right.
Actually, you know, I'm weirdly a Vikings fan because I don't mean to drop names here, but a good friend of mine is Josh Duhamel, who is a huge Vikings fan. And he's somehow gotten me into following these Vikings.
Well, as you should.
It's a bummer, though.
I know, bummer. Now, what's not a bummer is season 2 of the show. I gave a little glimpse, Jerry. What are we going to find in season 2? Where are you at? Where's the character at? What's happening?
Well, I play Carter, as you can see. This
From the lovely promotional poster,
of the character of Carter. It's on WGN America on Monday nights. I play an actor who was a cop on TV for many years. Think of like David Caruso in CSI Miami. And he moves to this small town and he thinks he can help the cops solve crimes because he's this famous TV detective.
What was it about the script, my friend, that you went, you know, I like Carter. I got to do this.
He's a very vain actor, and I am a very vain actor. Oh, hold on. I'm going to show you how vain I am. Natalie, hold on a second. I want to make sure I look good on your show. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
Is that?
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie.
Jerry, let's give her
much better.
Jerry,
much
let's
better.
give her proper credit. That's Natalie, right? We want to get the graphic right. That's Natalie.
Natalie, yes, making me look this good. You should see when this makeup is off. It does not look good. I look like Gollum.
Oh, my friend. Hey, you were doing, we all loved here in Minneapolis, because you aired on our station, the Jerry O Show. Did you have fun doing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, talk shows, it seems like there's 50 that hatch every year, but you were one of the first ones, you were one of the rare ones where I thought, you know what, if anyone can do this, it's Jerry, because you love pop culture, you love Bravo. Did you have fun doing it?
I mean, just to tell everybody the story, Wendy Williams, who is my idol, I love her, goes off the air for the month of August, and Wendy and all the people at Fox said, hey, while we're off the air, do you want to, I've guest hosted for Wendy a couple times.
Yeah.
They said, do you want to try doing the show this August? It was so much fun. I do have to tell you, though, Jason, I thought I was going to show up for work for like an hour a day and that would be it.
No.
I'd talk about like the Real Housewives
No,
or
my
like
friend.
90 Day Fiancé and then I'd go home. It was like a real job. Like I had to go there for like all day.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to ask you what surprised you the most. It's more work than you think, isn't it?
I'm not going to kid you. I thought I was going to show up, Natalie was going to slap some makeup on me, and I was just going to goof around about what was on The Bachelorette the night before or Bachelor in Paradise, and it was a lot of hard work. I mean, it really, all joking aside, it gave me such a great respect for what you do, for what Wendy does every day. It's a real job.
Well, I've always been a fan of yours. I love the show. I love WGN. I'm from the Chicago area, so I grew up with WGN. So I'm glad you're there.
Sure, WGN America.
That's
boom.
right there. Give it up for Jerry O'Connell, everybody. A Vikings fan right there.
A Prince fan too, God rest his soul.
That's right. We love Jerry. Prince and the Vikings. Can you get a better celebrity than Jerry? And quality makeup.
I do have to tell you, full disclosure, I don't really follow the Twins. I don't care about them.
Well, that's
Jokes,
enough time with
everyone.
Jerry.
Calm
Bye,
down,
everybody. There we
calm
go.
down.
That's right. Season
Get
2.
out of here.
Season 2 of Carter begins Monday on WGN America. Okay, sometimes, let me just say this. Sometimes doing these satellite interviews, it's like talking to a Ritz cracker. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
Because they can't see you. It's weird. It's awkward. That was one of the most fun satellite
That was
interviews
great.
we've ever done. He's fantastic. Yeah, he gets it. You know what? Because he gets it. Say it all the time. When a guest comes to play. Still ahead, everybody, more and more local bars and restaurants are becoming dog friendly, and one company wants to make it easy for you to find out where to take your pooch. Kendall introduces us a Sidewalk Dog, and then comedian Ben Gleib is in town this weekend. We'll chat with him about what he's been up to and where you can find him when we return. Back after this. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is a great resource for dog lovers, helping you find things to do for you and your furry companion. And during the winter, Sidewalk Dog, I love them, is giving you an excuse to visit local breweries, not that we need any, and tap rooms for a drink while your dog tags along. Kendall met up with the founder of Sidewalk Dog to learn more about the brewery pass, which benefits a great cause. Look at this.
Well, if you're like me or Jason and you love your dog so much and you're like, it's really cold out though and I don't know what to do, good news for you. I found Allie. Allie Jarvis, you started the Sidewalk Dog Company. Tell me a little bit about your group.
It's a place to come to look up everything you can do and everywhere you can go with your dog. Think dog-friendly breweries, dog-friendly restaurant patios, dog-friendly shops.
Okay, the best part of all this, you guys, is Allie and I were talking and she's like, I'll bring my dog, and inspired this whole company.
Yep.
Allie forgot her dog. So really, truly though, your dog inspired you to do this. This is really cool.
Yes, yep. So her name's Maggie Moo, and she's a Cavalier, and she is, she's a little granny at this point. She's about 11 years old, but she was super psyched for today. She had a bath. She went out. She was ready to go, and I literally just walked right by her and left. So I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things on the website too that people can check out. Like you have shops that people can go to with dogs.
Tons
I'm
of,
like
yeah.
Clothing stores you can go to with a dog.
Yes, tons. In fact, it's a great way to plan your weekend errands. You can look up boutiques, you can look up liquor stores, hardware stores, jewelry stores. I mean, you name it, there are places where you can go and bring your dog.
Every time you do something cool like this, it benefits a program. So this year's Brewery Pass is benefiting someone special.
That's right, our pass benefits Rough Start Rescue, and then people that purchase the pass can also add an additional amount at checkout if they want to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you said like thousands of dollars have been raised. I mean, we like our beer.
We do, we do. I think we've raised about $4,000 so far. We're hoping to raise as much as we can every time. Yeah.
Oh, fun. Okay, you guys might have noticed Allie's not the only one who forgot her dog. I did too. So we'll just see if I can find a different one. Oh, hello. Hi, Tillman. How convenient that you're just nicely located here for me. You know, I didn't know if you knew this about 56 Brewing, but you can actually just rent dogs here. They just sit right here and you're like, oh, this one's cute. I'll just take this. Are you old enough to be here? Have you had a beer yet? Who's this?
This is Dany, or Daenerys, if you're a Game of Thrones fan.
Shut up. Say, I just bought my pass.
Yeah.
Tell me how this works.
Perfect. So it's delivered to your doorstep in an envelope. It's got some goodies like what all breweries are participating, a map where you can find their locations. You simply hand the beer tender your pass, and they either stamp or initial on the box.
I think the thing that people, when they buy stuff like this, you're like, are they going to know what it is? And
Yes.
they all will know
They
what
all
this
will.
is.
Yes, this is, I think, our 7th or 8th pass in the Twin Cities. So all the breweries on here, a lot of them have done it for several years or since we started, and so they know the drill really well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they're all indoor dog friendly. And you said that
Yes.
there's some helpful tips.
There's certain things that you'll want to know as far as like what kind of leash to bring to make sure you're not a disturbance to anyone else and no one else is a disturbance to you. We have a fun key here that says tip like a mother pupper because all the breweries on the pass are doing it out of the kindness of their heart. So we want to give back with tips when you're using the pass too.
Oh, that's amazing. So they donate this essentially too?
Yep,
oh,
exactly.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, Pupper, are you ready, Tillman? Oh, look at that booty.
Kendall joins me now.
So cute.
They have really, I followed Sidewalk Dog for years, and it started small, and I'm so proud of them because as they grew, the desire for people to take their dogs anywhere, much to the chagrin of some people, but I'm okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But the desire grew as the business grew, and it's a great resource. It really is.
It absolutely is. And those passes, they're around $25 to $30. I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but you go on the website, like we said, you order it, you get a free beer then at those places like 56 Brewing where we were at. Done though, January 31st. That's the last time you can buy the pass.
January
and it's
31st.
for like the winter months.
Got it.
So it's awesome. I have one and like girls already got some stamps.
Good.
Just say that.
Yeah. I can't. Big and Dexter, no. Dexter's like, I don't want to be at a brewery.
I know.
Dexter,
I can only bring one of them.
Yeah. Big just wants to be on a couch. To learn more about the brewery pass, go to sidewalkdog.com. And if you miss this, we'll post this a little bit later on our YouTube page. We're heading into the audience when we return. Back after this, everybody. Yeah, Big is like, nope. The Big actually more than Dexter doesn't like going in. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We do this from time to time. I love to go into the audience, especially today when these great people drove right before Snowmageddon to come see us. I'm very grateful. I promised I'd get them out of here before the snow comes. Well, it's time to get some things off your chest, whether it's complaining about the pending snowstorm or a bad night's sleep or the annoying woman at Target. We want to know what's driving you crazy, so let's chat with some audience members right now. Where is Caitlin? Hear it for Caitlin, everybody. I love it. Caitlin was like she wanted a refrigerator or something. I love it. What's driving you crazy, my friend? First of all, can we just acknowledge your incredible collar? That is wonderful. Look at that. What's driving you crazy?
People when they walk and text at the same time.
Oh, and they run into you.
Yes.
And then when you tell them, they get mad at you.
Yes.
Yes.
It drives me absolutely bonkers. Just focus on walking.
Yeah, because as we've seen, people have fallen into fountains. Oh. People have fallen off cliffs, for heaven's sake.
Goodness.
Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to depress you with that news, but I'm just telling you. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good one. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay. Yeah. That is. I've been guilty of doing it, but yeah, don't do it. Kelly, where's Kelly? Hi, Kelly. Give it up for Kelly, everybody.
I have to hug Jason.
You hug me. Oh. I love it. You match our set, actually. You match the colors. Yeah. What's driving you crazy?
The loud family at Target.
Can you narrow that down? What I think I know what you mean, but what specifically do you mean?
Well, Mom and her kids are shopping, and she is scolding them, and everything is loud. You know everything about their whole story.
Do you get uncomfortable with the loud scolding?
Yes, I hate it.
I do not like that. I had a mother at Disney World. Disney World!
No.
Screaming like cuss words. I'm like, Mickey Mouse is right there. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's a good one. Thank you very much. And can I add too, Kayla, I'm going to add one too that I think you agree with, armadas. Now, if you're a family of like 4 or 5, can you not walk in a horizontal line? Because you block everybody behind you. Do you agree with that one? Yes. Thank you very much. Where's Nick? Nick, come on down! Represent the dudes, Nick. What's driving you crazy? Take the mic, I don't care. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I bought some Dancing with the Stars tickets.
Okay.
Service fees, whether it be Ticketmaster, StubHub.
Oh!
I'm paying.
Oh, you hit on something because everybody owed on that one.
Yeah, I'm paying almost as much for the ticket as these service fees.
I feel that way with resort fees when you stay at a hotel and they have all these fees. They're like, what am I getting for my resort fee?
And it's a print at home fee. Like, what do you mean? I'm doing the printing of these tickets. Why am I paying extra for that?
Wait. Is there really a print at home fee?
I've seen it. The nickel and dime.
That is an outrage. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. If you have something that's driving you crazy, you can let us know on our Facebook page. Who knows, we could read it next week. Still ahead, everybody, we're chatting with comedian Ben Gleib when we return. Back after this, everybody. Stay with us.
Amazing. Hey, Tom. How are you? Amazing.
Yeah, Tom, David Beckham.
Hey, how are you?
The best way to insult a Man United legend is to get his team wrong, and we're going to do just that.
Back when you were starting your career, back in your Man City days, it kind of paralleled my career a lot because we were about the
Man
same
United
age.
days.
I'm sorry?
Man United.
You're so stupid.
Different city, different colours.
Keep calling him Dave. He hates being called Dave. When I told my wife this morning that I was going to be meeting Dave Beckham, she lost it.
Oh, really?
Tom and Dave Beckham.
I love it. I love that.
So nice to meet you, Dave. Thank you so much, Dave.
By the way, you can call me David. My mum's the only person that calls me Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind Dave, if you want to call me Dave. I've been called many things.
David is.
David is.
David is.
Our next guest, as you just saw, was part of like a cringy prank, which, I got secondhand embarrassment. She, on the Late Late Show with James Corden, and really got under David Beckham's skin, not Dave. That bit has more than 26 million views on YouTube. And he's in town this weekend doing stand-up at the House of Comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Gleib is back, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you, my friend.
Ben, I coin it secondhand embarrassment. We ran that clip when it originally aired, and I almost couldn't watch. Do you care? What I mean by that is you're doing it, are you just clenched and uncomfortable, or do you not care? You're just in the zone.
Beyond both, I'm in the happiest place I could be. I love making people uncomfortable.
Do you?
Oh, yes. I love it.
So you don't shut down or get nervous when you see their uncomfortableness?
No, I see David Beckham very uncomfortable, and in my head I'm like, comedy gold, millions of views coming, millions of views.
Serious? That's what's running through your mind?
Oh, yes.
So you actually go the more he is uncomfortable, the more you just go.
Yeah, that's what I do with big celebrities like that, or even with contestants on Idiot Test. I like making people uncomfortable. I feel like if you're willing to be in the public eye or come on a game show, or you're willing to subject yourself to a ride that you will regret.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Ben has been on our show before, been to Minnesota before, but we're asking you the commercial. You are here at the precipice of Snowmageddon 2020.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Well, here's the thing, is that even though I like making people uncomfortable, big crowds intimidate me. So I like to come when almost nobody will come to my stand-up shows. I like to do a show, very intimate, 3-4 people. No, I challenge the people of Minnesota. You're supposed to always make fun of people from LA like me. You can't handle the weather. Can you handle the weather? Can you brave the storm tonight and come to my shows at the House of Comedy? Up to you.
Go to the guy's show. I mean,
yes.
Come on.
Yeah, 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow, 1 Sunday, but especially tonight, during the thick of the storm. Get in your SUV, get to the show. If you don't make it out, LA wins.
Yeah. Oh, that'll make them mad.
LA wins if you don't come out.
That's right. Thank you.
You've been challenged.
You were just, rumor has it, you're in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
That is correct.
You can confirm that.
Confirmed.
I love Kevin. I'm a huge Kevin Smith. You do know that Mallrats was shot at the mall across the street from the studio. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Mallrats
really?
was shot right over there, Eden Prairie Center. Yeah.
Kevin Smith is a dear friend. He's been instrumental to my career. My podcast, Last Week on Earth, is on his network, Smodcast. And he puts me in all of his projects. And so Kevin told me years ago, he's like, you'll always have a part in my movies. And he's one of the few Hollywood people that follows through.
I was going to say, he's been on the show several times, and the nicest guy. One of the nicest, like, no pretense, no stuffiness, and he walks in with no PR. It's just him. Yeah.
And for Silent Bob, he does not stop talking. It's pretty incredible. He enjoys talking. And it was amazing. At the premiere of the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, I'm in the movie, and I have a very small cameo in it, but he's so nice to his people that he put me in the main titles with video of me. So in the end of the movie, there's images of all the stars, and literally it goes Ben Affleck,
it's like the Love Boat.
Matt Damon.
It's like the Love
Boat. Rosario
Yes.
Dawson, Ben Gleib. I'm like, what? I love it.
Because let's be honest. I don't know about you. There's nothing better than an opening title sequence.
Oh, it's the
I'm
best.
old school, so I
love it.
I like seeing the name and the font. Like I said, the Love Boat.
Yeah.
Shelley Long.
Yes. Guest starring Shelley Long.
Yeah. Gina Lolo Brigida.
Yeah. Yes. Exciting and new.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make the argument that I'm a bigger star than Matt Damon or Ben Affleck, but even with the storm, I will have more people at my show tonight than they do whenever they're not doing a show.
That's right.
Think about that.
You did a comedy special on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
When you do, I've always wondered, because I said this to you when you were here the first time. I'm in awe, and I respect the art of stand-up comedy, because I do think it's an art form.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
I do.
I will do a cast of my face backstage, and you can keep it here in the studio.
I will. We'll put it, all of those, Ben.
Yeah, all Ben heads.
All Ben. We'll do a cat, we'll replace
Jason heads there, Ben heads there.
Right there, yeah. When you do a stand-up special, whether it's HBO, Comedy Central, Amazon Prime, when you're doing it, is it live? Is it taped live? Or do you stand down if something doesn't work and you redo something? I've always wondered about that.
Most comics do not stop down. You wouldn't be like a really true comic if you did, but most comics get to do 2 shows back to back in the same night.
And then edit
the
the best
outfit,
parts.
edit the best parts. I did not have that luxury. I only got to do 1 show. So I literally, for the biggest show of my life, had 1 chance, 600 people in the crowd. I had just come from Chelsea Lately ending. I just come from taping the first season of my show. I had just gone to Burning Man for 4 days for the first time when I got the chance with no notice to tape my special. And I said, I'm not only taking it, I'm not canceling Burning Man. I'm going to go. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to somehow run my set 4 times in the week after, 5 times in the week after I came back. I had 5 days to prepare, went to Santa Barbara, had the best set of my life. And you can watch Neurotic Gangster on Amazon Prime now.
Right there. We love them. Give it up for Ben Gleib. And speaking of 600, we want 600 people to go to the House of Comedy Mall of America for tickets. Right there. Look at the bottom of your screen.
The challenge has been thrown.
That's right. MOA.houseofcomedy.net. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ben Gleib. Welcome back. I wanted to tell you about Ben. You know, comedians sometimes, and they say it about themselves, they're sometimes hard to interview because, you know, they give so much on the stage, and sometimes comedians, most of the time, they're incredibly shy.
Yeah.
So when you see a comedian on our show, we only book the ones that come to play and are truly nice guys. Ben is one of the best guys. He really is.
Really
He's
nice.
kind. He's so nice to our show. He comes to play. So go, seriously, every time he's here, we book him immediately. So go support him tonight. I know the storm's coming, but as he said, get in your SUV and start driving right now. There we go. We'll be right back right after this. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment. We'll be right back. I swear. Yeah. being here. Thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it today. Well, you know, we started with kind of a sad news. I'll have one more worried about that in a second. But I thought we would end on something happy because today is actually a day to celebrate one of the most loved celebrities in TV history. Guys, Betty White's 98 today. That's right. In honor of her, check out one of her classic TV moments. Look at this. This will make you smile.
Isn't it simply beautiful out there? I mean, snow always inspires such awe in me. Just consider one single snowflake alone. So delicate, so fragile, so ethereal. And yet, let a billion of them come together through the majestic force of nature. They can screw up a whole city.
Yes, they can. Betty is Happy Homemaker Sue Ann Nivens in the classic The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Betty's the first woman to produce her own sitcom way back in 1953. Wow. As we say goodbye today, I just want to remind you all again, I want to say again, thank you for your love. I've been looking at messages. My mother appreciates it. I'll be off next week. Please kindle some love. And I apologize to those that wanted to come to the show. I promise I'll make it up to you. And for my mom and Cappy, I love you both. And for all of you, go to the doctor, everybody. Go to the doctor and get checked, please. Thank you for your love. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good weekend, everybody. I love you. I'll see you soon.